once. Hey, how's it going, Avalon?
Let's go.
Right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another stream. Last time we were playing Lego Harry Potter. And while we were playing Lego Harry Potter, we were talking about the importance of finding what is most necessary, what is the bare bones, most trimmed down version of a scene that you can create, right? And then building up from there. And now I'm excited to see what we learned today, if anything. Tonight's gonna be a pretty chill night. Alright, let's see.
Hell is this place?
Hojo's treasure. Shinra's dark secret.
Oh, we have a talking dog rat now.
To burn it all down. But we need to get to the roof.
Whoa, 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 if it isn't my favorite streamer ever. Whoa, 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 if it isn't my favorite Saffron ever. Hi, how are you doing today, friend? I'm doing good. Vildi, is it Vildi or Vildi? I'm not pronounce her name correctly. Oh, guys! Someone clip this! It's the Scylla inspiration! That's Genova! That's it! Oh yeah, that's literally what I did right now. I'm serious. Someone take a video or something, a clip of this. This is one of the big inspirations for Scylla. This design, this look. Tell me that's not terrifying.
What is that?
It's Scylla.
Genova.
But like attached in the center of like this other giant monster. Oh. And it's Poseidon!
Together, we will reclaim our world.
Oh my gosh, Scylla and Poseidon in the same scene.
I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this! Cloud?
Oh, is he actually there this time? Oh my gosh. I don't want to pause because I don't want to kill the moment, but I just want to say, it's amazing how just imagery from games can prove to be inspiring for other mediums, for other stories, right? I was super inspired just by, Sephiroth's appearances in other games, and I was very inspired by Genova, just from what I had seen of her.
Don't deny me. Embrace me.
A touching reunion.
Oh, he does look like Ansem. I mean, he was also in the first Kingdom Hearts. You could play him in Hercules' world. You can fight him, I mean. What did Sephiroth just say? I didn't see that.
Very, very good. And thus is the hypothesis proven correct.
Netflix.
I can only hope you will continue not to disappoint.
I do want to talk about something really quick. Sorry, I know we just started. I'm already pausing and giving like my spiel about stuff. But I think a lot of villains can be scarier when you show them less often. And I think one of the difficulties I imagine of creating this game is that the entire story of this game, this is a remake, right? So the entire story of this game is already known to people. And so it's probably hard to find ways to build surprises. That being said, I still think the game would have benefited from not showing Sephiroth every hour and a half.
I better hurry.
Because the more I get to see Sephiroth just showing up, saying something ambiguous, and then disappearing, the less scary he gets. And don't get me wrong, he's still terrifying. He's still super scary every time he shows up, but each time he shows up, the hype for him decreases slightly. Just ever so slightly. Instead of, like, savoring it, and, yeah. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say? It's actually something I take pride in Epic. We only see Poseidon twice in the entire show.
Guess I can use these.
Oh, is that a... whatever. Hello, Jason! Like, the more you know, the less you fear, and the more you see him, the more you know, so the fear just leaks. Exactly. Exactly. Whereas if we kept hearing about Sephiroth, like other people's accounts of Sephiroth, and people just telling you whether he's his war stories or just how terrifying he is, or just hinting at him but never quite seeing him, I think it would be way scarier when we finally have to confront the legend himself, right? But what's kind of happening as I'm playing through this is I feel like because the developers of the game, you know, don't get me wrong, this is not really a complaint. I still am totally enjoying this game. I love this game. I really do. This is just like, you know, if I were writing it, if I had to, like, if somebody was like, change something about it, I would make it so Sephiroth appears less often. Because then when we finally do actually get to bear eyes on the war hero, on the legend Sephiroth himself, it's way scarier.
Was never in doubt.
Is this the first time I'm playing as Cloud alone? If you were making Final Fantasy the musical. I'm in danger. Oh, I love fighting these things.
Need a hand?
Thanks.
As a guest member, he will fight alongside you in battle, but he is not a controllable character. He will not appear in the main menu as his equipment. His other settings cannot be changed. That is really cool. That's a cool way to switch things up. I was just about to say, oh, it's cool, we're only Cloud right now. And then they introduced this character that we've seen and it keeps getting hinted at, and now we get to play with him. I think that's cool. If I were to change it, I would have had it so that we're fighting a very difficult character, right? And it looks like we're, like, back against the wall, and then this character shows up. The reason for that is because then you get to have a dramatic entrance for this character, and his and the reveal that he gets to team up with you is cooler, and it's more eventful, and it's more memorable, right? Does that make sense? Think of Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame. Every single time a character was up against the wall, and then another character swooped in, and the audience would go, "Yeah!" There's a hype to that, and it's very fun. It's also done in Attack on Titan. They do it in My Hero Academia, and I think here was a great opportunity to do that as well. However, I'm still excited just to play with Red.
You okay?
Yeah. Where are the others?
Nowhere close.
Let's
It's
go.
way more effective for sure. I agree. I'm just thinking, like, okay, let us simmer in the fact that we're playing alone as Cloud. We have grown accustomed to playing with a party, with other teammates. So let us, like, play around with as Cloud as a little bit, right? Get us to fight some enemies. You know, we start getting the hang, or we're doing pretty decent, and then throw a really difficult squad of enemies at us. So difficult that our health nearly is depleted completely, right? And then, I can't imagine, right, when you feel like your character's about to die, you need a hand, and it's Red, and Red shows up and he slashes that one character, and now you guys get to team up against a new horde of people. That would have made a super awesome moment. I feel like I'm going backwards. Yeah, I am. Let go. Yeah, so I think that's interesting. Even though we're talking about different characters and different types of reveals and entrances, a similar theme, or a recurring theme today has been just, you know, character entrances and character reveals kind of thing. Earlier we were just talking about how Sephiroth could be made even scarier if he's not shown every so often. An icon indicates areas that Red can traverse by leaping. If you are unable to reach a pod control panel, try using triangle to ask Red for help. Cool.
If we flip that switch, we can get to the other side.
I may be able to do that.
Casually have a talking dog.
Yes.
You sure? He asks as he's already running on the wall. Speaking of reveal, when are you going to show us Poseidon? We're still figuring that out. We've had some scheduling issues. The schedules are just not working out yet, but we'll figure something out. Oh wait, you look like the guy writing the Epic the Musical on TikTok. That's actually my cousin Jorge. My name is Jorge. What am I saying? I have the worst humor. What's in here? Nice little bench. So yeah, one of the topics we just spoke about was how Sephiroth would be scary if you don't show him as much, because the more you show the monster, the less scary it is. And the other thing is having cool entrances. When you're going to introduce the mechanic that you now get to play with another character on your team, there's a benefit to making it that a dramatic entrance, making it super hype. Instead of just like, hey, need help? Sure, yay! You know? Make us value his help. Like right now, we're about to be that for other characters. Bear is out here trying to fight somebody, and we're about to jump in and help him out while he's struggling to fight these characters. But imagine receiving that. Because then when we understand, like, oh, we could not have beaten this enemy without the help of this side character, we value that side character more. Whereas right now, I feel like I'm just kind of walking a dog. And that's me being extra critical. I'm still very much enjoying it. See, now we were literally like, hey, need a hand?
Call is fire. Keep it together.
Yeah, I'll do it. Bang, bang. You got this.
Taking over. I got the number.
They're resistant to physical attacks until pelted with magic.
Take the lead.
About damn time. Fired up. Suck on this.
Got it. Hang back.
I don't know if it's the case here, but a lot of times when you're hearing choirs that are saying like syllables that are unintelligible, a lot of times they're not saying anything at all, including in Epic. In Storm, you'll hear these like really badass vocals in the background, and you might be wondering, what are they saying? They're not saying anything. They're just saying syllables, but it sounds cool.
No escape.
It'll be like something like Rafu Daily Stop, but they're not. Those aren't words.
No holding back. Here we go.
Shit, it's like they're turning out monsters here.
That's not far from the truth.
Anytime now.
And so funny because the game had the right idea because they just had Cloud do it. It's just a matter of having the other character come in to do that.
Let's do this.
I've lived through worse.
Sephiroth's one-winged angel. I
Let's get this over.
yeah. I don't remember what they say, but except the part, of course, where it's like Sephiroth, dun da 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 da, right? But the other stuff, I don't actually know what to say.
I see you.
Chat, I'm curious. Can you remember a time, another example of when, whether it's in a movie or in a video game, that has a dramatic entrance, like the ones I'm giving examples of, like in Avengers Endgame and Infinity War? And then, better question, can you think of a time where a character came in and you would have preferred that they had a dramatic entrance?
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
If you say so.
Guess we're out.
What's the plan?
First, we find Tifa and Aerith. Then we head for the roof. Should be an elevator somewhere. Didn't expect any of this, but we just gotta roll with it. Come on, let's go.
Naruto and Naruto. When you ask, I can't remember a single movie I've ever seen. I actually have a hot take. Or I don't think it's a hot take. The reveals of... Okay, this is spoilers for Spider-Man, the most recent movie.
The door seems to have locked. No going back.
I wish... What was the question? Well, I asked two questions. So the first question was, can you think of another awesome dramatic reveal for a character that swooped in to help another character, right? And then two, can you think of a time where you wished that the reveal of a certain character had been more of a dramatic reveal?
All right, now you start to impress.
One example that I can think of is the reveals of the other Spider-Man and the most recent Spider-Man movie. I wish... If I could rewrite it, right, I would have totally switched it up.
We got him.
I would have had each of them enter in a very crucial, critical
Keep
moment.
it up, y'all.
A stoner dude from Cabin in the Woods. Oh, I don't know why I was thinking of Into the Woods when you said that.
We'll head down too. Be right there.
How do we get over this thing? Came out of nowhere to kick butt.
Huh? I can't hear what you're saying.
I think there's something over there.
And so, was it one of your favorite musicals? It's one of mine too. It's a good one.
Hello. Cloud? Can you hear me?
Yeah. You okay in there?
No need to worry. We're fine. But what do we do now? I don't see any way out of this room.
Can you all hear me?
Hojo.
So, tell me, how are you finding
I agree, the OG with Bernadette Peters.
the most advanced technology in Midgard?
The Phantom and Phantom of the Opera is super hyped up before he comes in. Yes!
Feel honored to see it first.
And that is so cool because then when we finally get to see him, it feels like an event, you know?
Pardon a rather ambitious experiment of mine.
What?
When all the
Top 3
pieces
musicals?
are in place,
Ooh.
I will open the door to the
That's
third
hard.
world. Perhaps you can help me with the necessary preparations.
I don't know if I can think of like what are the top 3, but ones that I like a lot are probably I feel like it's so basic with these answers. I feel like I like Phantom, I like Hamilton.
Necessary preparations. What
I like
hell
Into
is
the
this asshole
Woods,
talking
and
about?
I like Les Mis. I know that's 4, but I couldn't
afraid
narrow it down to
not.
3.
If I know Hojo, he won't let us out until we indulge his request for data.
Actually, I take it back. My 3 would... Oh, man, I don't
That
know.
award, right? I'm pretty sure I saw a door to one upstairs.
What did you think of the Titan reveal at the end of Attack on Titan
You wanna
Season
check it
2?
out?
I feel like it's such a hit or miss. Wait, what's happening in the game? I didn't even... Switch parties, yes or no, chat? I have no idea what just happened. So I switch... No, it's totally fine. Just press yes? Alright. See what happens. No?
Be on your own. Be careful.
Thanks. We will.
We'll be waiting right here. If anything happens, anything at all, you call us, alright?
Roger that.
Oh, we'll be fine. I like playing as Tifa anyways.
Hey, you think
How do I feel about the reveal
He's been
during...
acting really weird lately. More than usual.
If it's the one that I'm thinking you're referring to, I have mixed feelings about it, because a part of me thinks that it's almost awesome how
I'm fine.
counter-intuitive it is, but then the other part of me is like... Well, no, because I think I have to think more about it, yeah. But my gut reaction, as I think of it right now, is that I'm actually like, oh, it's awesome, because when I heard it, I was like, wait, what did he say? Did he just casually say this very important piece of information?
I guess this has
And
to
then
be
when
the
it
third board.
set in, I was like, oh my gosh,
But it
right?
looks like the door's locked. There has to be something we can do. Let's look around.
What did he say? I keep not listening to the game and not knowing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Cloud, can you hear me? We found the door to that ward he was talking about, but it's locked and we can't get it open.
All right.
About those preparations Hojo mentioned before. I think we're supposed to do something with that.
There is no point to her hair tie. Switch parties? Yes. Wait, I don't know what I'm doing. Man, I really should have paid attention because now I don't know if I'm supposed to be searching for something. Okay, yeah, it's locked here, and I gotta... The strings are interesting here. Yeah, they're doing a lot of, like, the intrigue kind of music. Okay, wait, what is my objective right now? Unlock the door and investigate the third ward. I agree. I'm walking alone at light. Lisa say I'm glad you're streaming. Oh my gosh, I hope you get to wherever you're going safely. Oh, now I know what I'm supposed to do. It's the rat dog.
Now it's my turn.
Now it's my turn. Now it's my turn, he says.
There's no control panel. We don't have the means to go this way.
Okay, well, now what? No, why did I do that? Man. Oh, here we go. This whole time it was there.
Look! Now they can get across too.
We should let Cloud know.
What lore have you missed in the game? Not much. Aerith is a descendant of the Ancients. But we already knew that because there was that whole scene with the mom that was like, where she just gave this whole flashback, and then narrated she was one of the Ancients, and I didn't know what that meant, so I said, "Who are the Ancients?"
All right. We'll make our way to the central terminal. Sit tight until you hear.
We got
from us.
Aerith back. She was kidnapped, and now she's not kidnapped anymore.
The hell kind of research?
The cataclysm that came from the stars. Genova. Hojo has devoted half of his life to her study.
I don't give a shit about any of that.
The experiments in this facility involve the enhancement of
I love that.
and machines through the application
Barry's so relatable.
of Genova biological data. Hojo's plan is to pit his subjects against us, thereby facilitating their growth.
Ah, man, I just feel
This
like
asshole thinks he can treat us like his experiments.
Genova, for me, was so scary as I continued throughout this game because I knew nothing about it, and it's just so cool when it's so cool when you're scared, when you're genuinely scared because you don't understand it, right? So I'm looking at this thing and it's like, what is this thing? That thing that I was showing you guys that was partially the inspiration for Scylla. When you're looking at that, you're like, what is this? It's so scary.
Let us put them out of their misery.
I don't want to know. I want to be scared.
Time to burn. Calling fire. No holding back. Keep it up.
Say your prayer.
Taking over. Don't overdo it.
Need my help, do you? Got a whole heap of land with your name on it. Bring it home.
Let's do this. Get ready. It's over. That's it.
And there you have it.
Don't overdo it. Barrett unloads a clip. So true. It's 3:30 for you, so you gotta go, but I'm so glad you caught. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here.
Wait a sec. Weren't the girls right by the door to the third ward?
There are 4 switches. 1 for each ward.
What the?
Transfusion procedure complete. Commencing test of augmented research specimen.
You need to warn the others. Tell them to be careful. Very careful.
See, that's more interesting to me. You need to warn the others, tell them to be careful, very careful. Now I want to know why they need to be careful. What's waiting for them?
Tifa, you there? We accessed the central terminal. The door should be unlocked now.
Any one of Hojo's twisted creations can be in that ward. Be careful.
We will. See you in a bit.
See, now we're kind of waiting for, like, okay, well, what is this thing that we're about to confront?
Can't afford to lose focus. I'll show you what I can do. How shocking. Bring it. You'll see.
I forgot what her ability was.
What the?
Oh, I'm salty now.
You asked for it. Get ready. Tagging out. Stay back. See you around.
I really gotta figure out how to make Aerith stronger. It's a small thing, but I'm so pleased neither of them are in heels. Me too.
What is this place for?
There's a sadness.
See how much creepier that is? Well, these things are gonna attack me later, I know it. That's nice that they're setting that up now. That's awesome! Wait, that's really cool. I actually want to stop and talk about that for a sec. These things are gonna be a threat later, and they're showing them to us now, right? Chekhov's petting zoo. Exactly. Literally. Quite literally. And we're also seeing one of these cages wide open. I don't know if that matters, to be honest, because there might have been more cages around open. But I know other games do this very... The Last of Us 2, The Last of Us, the second game, does this very well a lot. They'll show you things, and then you think you're in the clear, and then boom, you're hit with them. Or if they don't show you specifically the threat, they'll hint at it. And now there's more of them, and that's scary. There are too many of them.
Let's do this.
But what? They just opened. Okay. I thought it was gonna be like in the clear.
Get him! Here! I'm coming! You'll see. Yoo-hoo! Too bright? Back me up, okay?
I just realized Aerith can't heal.
Just a little should help. You watching? Gotta heal first. Bring it! You did it.
How do you do proper foreshadow? I think I struggle with vagueness trying to make it not so predictable. I think it's fine to start off making it predictable and then find what clues can you trim. So, okay, first off, it's totally okay to start off if you're writing and start off making it like a little too predictable, because then you can find out what little aspects of that moment of foreshadowing you can remove so that it's less obvious, right? What's this? I gotta... Editing should take a while for a reason. Yeah, 100%. Sorcerer's Storm. And then, how do I give Aerith the healing thing? Because I just realized she doesn't have... Oh, she has Prayer? Allows you to restore parties' HP with Pray. Oh. Let's give her that. Nice. Saffron said she'd help me edit because she's an angel. Yes, she is. Oh, now that's creepy. Though I think this would have been... Okay, it's cool though. It's cool. Okay, here's the thing. You see all of these like bodies around, right? Imagine if from the beginning, right? Okay, let's take a second because this is kind of a smaller version of the example I was trying to explain with Sephiroth, right? There was an opportunity here to lead up to this moment by showing all of those bodies. Look at all these bodies that are just kind of like hanging, or they're already dead, right? Imagine if that was the first thing you saw, or if the first thing you saw when you entered this section as just Tifa and Aerith was like blood, right? Just a little bit of blood. And you don't see an enemy yet, right? And then you proceed and you just start seeing more blood. And then you'll just start seeing more, like maybe one or two bodies. And then you pass by that room we were just in, and it's just filled with all of these dead bodies. Now, what, as the audience, are you immediately thinking? What are you immediately thinking when you see that? Two things, usually. One, what caused this? And two, I want to get the heck out of here. You're thinking, oh, exactly. But here, the problem with this right now is that it's just like we walk in and here's the bodies and here's the source right there. So there was no lead up, and so I didn't get to really have that time to immerse myself in the suspense, in the like, oh my gosh, what is the thing? Yeah, there was no mystery. Now, I just want to make something clear. I know I'm having a lot of criticisms today, but there are also, you know, there are portions of the game where I could just go on like only talking about what's great about it. But here is essentially what we're just trying to pick apart some of these storytelling aspects and see what lessons we can learn and how we can apply those to other stories, right? So this monster, this could be something very small or he could be something very big. It doesn't matter if we had an entire experience fearing what we didn't know was going to show, right? I think lately this game has been having a few issues with like setup and payoff.
I won't give up.
I'll show you what I can do.
Bring it back.
What's this, please?
You're mine.
So it's my turn?
Come on.
Get him!
You're too bad.
Lend me your strength. Can you handle them? That wasn't so bad.
Okay, we need to give Tifa thing as well. We never use this. We can give her healing. I'm so confused. Where is the other healing? Does Barrett have 2 healings? I'd be so interested in the decision process for these menu color choices. I imagine they just chose blue because a lot of the Mako and stuff in this world is blue because of the... just kind of fits the aesthetic. What I do love about the world of this game is it looks so unique aesthetically. Oh, but the spheres and stuff as well. Yeah, that is cool. Like, imagine, like, just navigating through these halls and just seeing all these bodies. Like, body after body after body, just one after another. And then it's just, like, the floor is just littered with them. Ooh, how do I get in here? Oh, I have to open the garage. Or, like, if they showed a window, and in the window you see... there's all these enemies, and then you decide to take a right instead of left so that you can avoid all those enemies. And then you're, like, thrust into that situation.
Look. Let's get across with those.
Now we're seeing 2 of these guys sleeping. And I think because this one was a bit more obvious, so
wake him up? Yeah, looks like it.
What do you mean you wake them up, Eric?
I'll take care of them. I'm backing off a bit. It's your turn. Too bright? So it's my turn?
Right? Creature designs a little funky with the skeleton structure. The thing is, I agree. First off, I totally agree, but it still would have been super fun if there was like a build-up to it. Honestly, I don't... Oh, I feel like this is what that red dog was supposed to turn into.
You'll see. Get ready.
I can still fight.
Moving on then.
Yeah, I hear you. Makes sense. Also, thank you guys for hanging out here. A force bracelet. We can use the force now? Where is the force bracelet? Ooh. Okay, we'll come back to that later. Should I go up or straight? Oh. I can only go straight. No, no. See if I can get down. Yeah, as I'm traversing through these narrow walkways and dark lit rooms and red lighting rooms, you know, I just can't help but think how cool it would have been for that entire section to just be leading up to a big boss where you just see bodies and bodies and blood and make it lead into the horror element of it. I mean, we already got Genova, which is terrifying, you know.
I hate that man, I really do. Nothing's gonna stop me.
I'll take care of them. How shocking! That's it! I think we're almost done. How shocking! That wasn't so bad.
Just making sure I didn't miss anything here. I can keep going down. And there's nothing here. Except the treasure chest. Now that I'm paying attention to it, I can't stop noticing the color choices. I'm in the 90th percentile for color perception with color synesthesia. Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Why does her How Shocking remind me so much of Porcelina's How Scary from One Piece? I haven't seen One Piece yet. Man, it's fascinating. I just keep thinking that spicy tape, I don't think it's that great. Yeah, I think there's several characters in today's stream that I think would have benefited from a different type of reveal, or just showing less of them. Also, chat, where am I supposed to go right now? Yeah, let's try this again. Oh, was there a lever? I didn't see it. Ah, thank you, chat. think Sephiroth would benefit from being shown less often. I think Genova would benefit from being explained less.
You think now the others can get across too?
I think that monster would have benefited from some lead up. Because imagine like if you had, so imagine we had that entire build up that we were talking about with all the bodies, and then they show that monster, and it's a very difficult fight, and you barely get through it. And then the next room has two of them sleeping.
You should be able to get to the other side.
You know?
Can you check?
Roger that.
Then it would have been like, oh man.
You two stay there.
Okay. Be careful.
Where are we trying to get to? Somewhere up there. Why are they saving serious business, Red? Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like I'm missing something. What door is it? Number 2. Why don't I just open all the doors now? I know what I'm waiting for.
Transfusion procedure complete. Commencing test of augmented research
Or
specimen.
maybe it's like you can only open one at a time. What did I do? I don't know.
It stinks.
More of Hojo's experiments.
See, like this is like a nice little setup. It stinks, more experiments, right? And we're seeing a lot of this like trash in here. Transfusion complete. And we keep seeing these big empty rooms.
Commencing test.
Oh.
All personnel must evacuate area. Commencing test.
Tough, but doable.
Get ready. No holding back. See ya. That it?
I hope you're enjoying your experience.
Dr. Eggman!
Come down here and ask me.
Before you get any ideas, you should know this glass is bulletproof. No discernible changes after contact. Most fascinating.
I love how he said that line after Barrett tried to shoot.
It seems we have no choice.
Oh, that's cool.
Commencing test. All personnel must evacuate area. Commencing test.
No holding back. Time to burn.
About damn time.
When did we get a doggo in our party? Aerith, he broke out of a cage and then Aerith touched him in the head and he started talking.
Taking over. Alright, that's that. Anytime now.
happen again.
Oh, it's all good, man. How'd you like watching your precious toys get torn to shreds?
I never grow tired of watching my toys be broken, no matter how many times I've seen it happen. Such is the case when you truly enjoy your work. Now, for the next step.
This music is great. It's using, I'm just going to refer to it as Storm Choir, even if it's not actually Storm Choir. Storm Choir is a program that I use that allows me to have these really epic sounding vocals that aren't really saying words. I'm just enjoying the mixture of the electric guitar here, the rock drums, and the Storm Choir coupled with the brass section at the same time. It's a lot of fun. Doggo looks like Scar's son.
Look, now's our chance to kill the bastard. Time for you to pay the piper.
They never learn.
Is Barrett, like... Why does Barrett keep firing on the thing he knows doesn't work?
Commencing test. All personnel must evacuate area. Commencing test.
That's cool. And he doesn't do any... Oh. That was cool.
Be a good boy and keep the other pets company.
Shit, looks like Red might need our help up there.
Okay, another thing. Sorry, I think the way my brain works is I see a lot of these moments that are already really cool, right? And I think, oh, there is a little thing that you could have added to make that even crazier, right? So far, Hojo, the character, every time we see him, he's kind of portrayed as like this weak, measly scientist who creates a lot of very impressive and scary things, but him as himself is not that much of an imposing threat. And imagine how cool it would be. It's like, yeah, Cloud throws the thing under the door, the dog goes up and does all the parkour, and then he's about to attack the guy, and then, boom, music cuts off completely. And then we're like, oh, shoot. And the guy's just not even phased, has a thing ready for the dog. Now your party member, who you started to value because he saved you from that really difficult situation earlier on, is removed from the situation. And now it starts to sink in the gravity of your current situation and how much of a threat Hojo actually can be when he gets serious and when he actually tries. That would be a really awesome moment, and then I'd be back stuck into the game until like, oh, wow, shoot, no, our red friend, like, he's gone. But instead, you know, the music keeps on going. It just feels like we're just going fast-paced, fast-paced, fast-paced. But I think there was an opportunity there to make Hojo even actually scary, right? Because the music gets us feeling like, oh yeah, this is fun, we're all doing and stuff, and then the dog's like, yeah, go get him, dog, and we were thinking the scientist is going to be like, ah, right? Like the classic scientist character in anime and in video games. But this time, it's like, da, 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 boom. And then you could even have like a low drone as you see your teammate just effortlessly defeated and taken away in front of you, right? I think it could have led to a very cool moment, and it would have made this next immediate fight feel a lot more serious.
Deal with that.
About damn time. I'm counting on you.
Burn.
Oh, it's like whack-a-mole.
Let's do it right.
You know, it's here when the music gets cut, like the threat takes so much space even when music is suffocated. Exactly. I agree. Inflicts a certain amount of damage to force it into a temporary rampage, which makes it susceptible to staggering.
It's on you.
Need my help, do you? Oh, shit, I'm joking.
Whoa, what is happening here? This is an interesting challenge.
You got this.
My turn. No holding back. Shit. Sorry. It's on now.
Oh no! And just like that, my friend is dead. Okay. All my friends are dead.
We still got a job to do.
I got this. Let's switch it up.
All right. Watch and learn. Want some trouble? You can handle this.
Great. Try me. Going in. It's over.
Oh my gosh, it's so annoying.
Oh, you in trouble now. Pull yourself up. Now you go all out. Get your ass out of here. Come on, we're going.
Yeah, today's video might just be a compilation of smaller clips. So I usually upload like the highlights of these to YouTube and to Twitch a few days after. But it feels like today we've had a lot of like smaller lessons, so I might just create a bunch of small clips from this.
What was that thing?
Where's Hojo?
Also, why did he leave the dog there?
Sorry, he got away.
Forget about him for now.
I think the reason why I'm so particular about these little moments is because... Thank you, Saffron. The reason why I'm so particular about these little moments is because the game does so many things so well, right? It has gorgeous, amazing, badass music. One of the coolest in-game worlds I've ever seen in a video game. Some very fun and likable characters, right? And super awesome designs. A lot of very fun gameplay and combat. And I think what would have made like the absolute cherry on top, made this potential for like game of the year or decade, are those moments, right? It is creating an antagonist. Did you hear my voice was cracked? Creating villains that have a lot of gravity to them. Creating making Sephiroth feel like more like a force of nature that we barely ever get to see, more so than just a person, you know? Because so much work goes into creating these things, but there are so many small aspects that can be overlooked or that might fall short in comparison to the other aspects of such a masterful game. Like, look at these visuals, look at this theme. This fighting theme is really good.
Hey, let us out. I remember you.
He remembers us, I think.
Too bad.
A species created by installing a copy of a human brain into a tank. That's cool.
All right. Pushing it.
It looks like Wheatley from Portal 2.
Come on.
What is happening?
Here we go.
That's annoying. Oh my gosh, one of them's gonna die.
Here we go. See ya.
That was fun and challenging. I know I said annoying like 3 times during the fight, but that was just because I was losing. But that was fun. Fun little challenge. Man, the music is so soft right here that I'm really hoping that whatever is next is going to be some... It's a very cinematic entrance, so I'm hoping that it's going to be something by Genova.
Fine. One step at a time it is.
I don't see any elevators around here.
I'll let Tifa and Aerith know.
So Phantom versus Canon Cloud Edition. He is way more serious than I anticipated him to be, since this is my first time experiencing him in game. Interesting. What other... Where else did you see him? I'm curious, because I've seen him like in Kingdom Hearts. I think it's funny they actually make him like an edgelord in Kingdom Hearts, I feel like.
What do you know? That's the door to the 4th wall.
If we want to get in, we'll need to go all the way back to the central terminal.
But the door we used to get here is shut. So what now?
The passages have to be connected somehow.
Wait, is there a bench up there? There is. Perfect. Awesome. Chat, how long has the stream been going? Before I actually saw him being played, his character design made me feel like he'd be silly. Oh, that's interesting! That's interesting. I guess because the first time I had ever seen him was in Kingdom Hearts, I just never perceived him like that. 1 hour 4. Thank you, chat. Alright, I think I'm going to end the stream right here. Thank you guys so much for joining me during this. It's been so fun to stream with you guys. Let's have a quick recap about what we learned, right? So we learned several small lessons, but I think they're all very important and they can all be applied to storytelling. One of them is, if you have a big antagonist, it's probably better to keep hyping him up based off of like what other characters say, or little clues or hints that show that he is an imposing threat. Think of the monster that we saw earlier, how we were talking about how scary it would have been to keep seeing bodies and blood and just little aspects that lead us to believe like, oh, whatever is coming is scary, right? So that's a fun one. Rather than just showing Sephiroth every hour, showing your antagonist all the time, just kind of, he shows up, he says something scary and then leaves, you know? I feel like that can get old really quickly. And then, what was the other lesson we talked about? Oh, dramatic character entrances, right? If you're going to have your character team up with another one of your characters, and help them out in a fight or in a scene. It doesn't have to be a fight. It can be any kind of thing. Whether, like, let's say it's a court event. If you've got the build-up like that, you have to deliver on the character design because if you build up, it's underwhelming. I see. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the character design has to be really cool, too. But... I forgot what I was saying. Oh, it's better to have that side character come in on a dramatic reveal, on a dramatic entrance is what I mean, right? So have your main character really struggling. He's back against the wall. He's trying really hard to beat this thing, and then in the nick of time, in a way that gets us like excited genuinely, have the other character come in and be like, "Hey, need help? Need a hand?" That's a lot of fun. And even though on paper it sounds like it could get old really quickly, I mean it could. But a lot of animes and games and shows do this all the time, and it's so fun. Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Marvel's Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame, right? And I think the new Spider-Man movie could have used that to super great effect. Alright, that's where I'm ending the stream. I appreciate you guys so much, and yeah, I'll see if I can do another one tomorrow. Bye-bye.